When I was a kid, I used to work at the corner of my cul-de-sac. I was a young entrepreneur tethered to the corporate chain of school fundraisers, which is when schools use legal child labor to fund a new kickball field and then offer prizes so the children don't unionize. And those prizes, a keychain, a singular piece of candy, those little rubber semi-spheres you would flip inside out and then watch them back into shape, motivated me to endure the hardships and long hours, look past the child labor law violations, and sell my soul to the capitalistic system. They also taught me what effort, reward, and balance was. But, at the end of the day, it's not about the prizes. It's about kids getting real-life experience in the workforce, like the very topical and well-liked job of a door-to-door salesman. Because of these fundraisers, I can personally relate to the children of the 19th and 20th century, except instead of losing a finger or my nose falling off from radiation poisoning, I risked something far worse: the dislike of my neighbors. The year was 2012. The world was supposed to end 3 months prior, but just like my math homework, it was a little off schedule. My neighbors knew me well enough to know March winds and April showers brought middle school fundraisers, so when they saw me approach their doorsteps, they did the natural thing of boarding up their windows and hiding in their bunkers. I was a social pariah, a leper, a Jehovah's Witness amongst Baptists. If they were new to the neighborhood and still believed there was good in my heart and that of public county schools, they would open their doors and with hopeless optimism ask, "Are you selling desserts?" And I would look at my clients, I would look up at them, so I was 4 feet tall, and say, "No. I'm selling something far greater, something so groundbreaking, so fundamental to our society that it will persist for thousands of years and never become obsolete. I am giving you the potential honor of purchasing magazine subscriptions." The magazines of 012 were something else, because usually if you wanted to renew a magazine subscription, you just filled out the order form in the back of the magazine and shipped it off. And yet there I was, making things more difficult. That year, I became a man. A middleman. A couple suckers, loyal and well-meaning customers of whom I am gracious and thankful for, bought some. One guy said he wouldn't buy anything, but he gave me $20 to get off his porch. In the end, after days of tireless toil, I sold 8 magazines, 2 of which I bought myself. At long last, the day of reckoning came, and the prizes were displayed and distributed. I flashed my impressive 8 sales and received a plastic piggy bank that was actually shaped like a dog that I couldn't use because I spent my life savings investing in magazine subscriptions. And that was that. I was officially retired until next year. That was until second period.
Can a Natalie Redacted come to the principal's office?
I didn't know what I could have done wrong. I was a good kid, except for that one time I ran a lemonade stand without a permit.
Have a seat with the others.
I'd never been in trouble before, so I said a little prayer. Hey God, remember how the world was supposed to end this year? Hello, kids. This is Mr. Jefferson. He oversees the school fundraisers, and you kids sold the most magazines at the school, and he wants to take you all out for a celebratory lunch. Now, I would just like to say before I go any further that everyone always says, never get into a black van with a stranger, but no one ever mentions the possibility where that black van is a limo, because that was exactly what was waiting for us in the bus lane, and I did not hesitate climbing in. But luckily, or unluckily depending on how you feel about me, he didn't take us to an abandoned warehouse. Instead, we ended up at a pizza buffet. We went inside, we got our pizza, no one talked the entire time, but I didn't care. I was living a life of luxury. Some more soda? Leave the bottle. I'm not driving. When we made our safe return to the principal's office, something was different. There, in all its inflatable glory, was a money booth. The kind from game shows where we at home get to watch and laugh at some poor lower-class individual desperately grasp for their chance at financial security. AKA my biggest dream. Finally, with this, I could feed my plastic piggy bank that was actually shaped like a dog what it deserved. Everything I strived for surmounted to this moment. All the scorn from my neighbors and the shame of my parents paid off in the end. Magazine subscriptions brought me something greater than a monthly copy of Reader's Digest. It brought me real profits. Actually, this is for the kids that sold at least 9 magazines. I suppose the school districts were right. Fundraising did prepare me for the workforce. It prepped me for when your boss announces a bonus but then lays you off right before you qualify.